What's up, guys? Welcome back to Hands On channel. Today we're out in the shop. We're going to build us something that I should have built years ago, but there's a lot of things about being young. When you're a young guy, you think you can just keep on going forever and keep on cutting that wood down on the ground and keep slinging that chainsaw low to the ground and bending down. And you can get away with that well into your 30s, or I did anyways. But by the time you hit your 40s, you start trying to think of things in a smarter way. And I watched several videos on YouTube, so this is not going to be anything groundbreaking or revolutionary about my design, except for one thing. I'm going to make this thing lightweight, and what I'm working on here today is a sawbuck. And the idea is to get the limbs. Whenever I need to buck up limbs with my chainsaw, I want to get them up off the ground at about 3.5 feet, maybe 3 feet, just so that I'm not having to constantly bend down and hurt my shoulder and hurt my back and stuff like that. So anyways, the only real variation, what I'm going to do here is try to lighten this thing up. Instead, I see a lot of guys making them out of full width 2x4s. And I was thinking, you really don't need that. And I think I can get by with ripping the 2x4s in half. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rip the 2x4s in half for the vertical struts that go like this. And I'll probably leave the side boards full dimension, just because that'll give some support. But the whole name of the game on this thing is I want it to be nice and lightweight. We're just going to make a series of 3 X's with 2x4s, but again, I'm going to rip them down. So we're going to use our drill and our impact driver, and you're going to need 3 bolts that are long enough to go through 2 1.5 inch width or thick boards. So basically 2 2x4s, through the face of them. So anyways, it'll all make sense when we start putting it together. I'm going to go ahead and use that countersink bit down there, because this is old recycled wood. I tore down a well house building, and this is some of the wood that I was able to salvage out of that. With the wood prices being what they are today, I'm trying to salvage even 2x4s, where in the past I didn't worry about 2x4s and I only salvaged the bigger stuff, but not anymore. Now I salvage everything I can. So, but yeah, without further ado, let's get the saw going. So I've already got these boards marked to length at 4 feet, so we're going to go ahead and cut those off, because there's no sense in ripping boards any longer than we need to. All right, we're going to get it set up for the rip cut. And since we're not doing fine cabinet building or anything, I'm just kind of eyeballing all this stuff. If it's a 1/4 inch off or something like that, honestly, it's not going to matter. This thing's going to sit on uneven ground, and you just want to get it pretty close. All right, I had to run over to the store and get some a little bit longer bolts. I ended up getting 3.5 inch by 1/4 inch lag bolts. So let's put them together. Okay, I'm going to make the horizontal boards at 6 feet wide, so I'm going to go ahead and cut those, and when we come back, we'll be ready to put this thing together. Now my one leg here is off the ground, and I could probably adjust that board and get that to lay just right. And honestly, after pushing down on it, I can tell that my center leg is probably bowed a little bit. But again, it doesn't matter because I'm going to take this out on the grass and it's going to be uneven surfaces anyway. So let's get this set up and see how it works. Well, I'd say that works pretty darn good. So, guys, I highly recommend you build yourself one of these, especially if you're over 40 years old. You'll thank me later. Appreciate you tuning in. Hopefully that was informative and maybe a little bit entertaining for you. And until then, guys, we'll see you next time.